Hey everybody, Nick here, and today I got a quick little comparison for you of these two knives. This is the Spyderco Shaman, and this is the Spyderco Native. Both of these are by one company, obviously, Spyderco. This was designed by Sal Glesser, the founder of the company, here in 2017. This guy was designed by Eric Glesser, Sal's kid. Son, a kid, I shouldn't say that. He's older than I am. But anyways, this is designed by Eric Glesser, who is currently running the company. Both of them are incredibly competent designers, and both of them have done great work here. In fact, both of these knives are incredible. I've often joked that the Native is the very best knife I don't own, and, you know, that's mostly because I like the Delica so damn much, because it's a slightly more compact to carry, but you really are not going wrong no matter which of these choices you make, but they are indeed very, very different choices. The reason that I'm doing a comparison at all is not only because a bunch of people have asked me, but because, in a lot of ways, these knives are interesting to compare. What's really cool to me is that Eric made this knife, the Native, and then if you look at the Shaman, which was designed afterwards, in some ways, I feel like Sal has designed the Native's father, which is entertaining because he's the father of the man who designed the Native. I mean, taking a look at it, and heck, even the name, I wonder if this is intentional. The Shaman is leading the Natives. In terms of... whatever it is, I kind of like it, but you can see that there are a lot of similarities in terms of finger choil position, in terms of overall kind of contouring here. I mean, there is a similar contour married here. The back of it is contoured similarly. The top here, I mean, every part of this, there's no swedge on the Shaman here, but every damn part of this knife is in some ways mirrored by the Shaman, which is a really neat thing. Even if we just consider this to be sort of a two designers doing a call and response thing, I like very much seeing that similarity here. But there are actually some substantial differences. I mean, the biggest difference, of course, is size. This is a little 3-inch number. This is 3.6 inches. This guy is a lightweight knife, although you can get one in different, it's got full liners and whatnot, but this guy comes in at 2.4 ounces. This guy comes in at 5.2 ounces. That's a major distinction there. In terms of blade thickness, the Shaman has a much thicker blade here, although it's also worth noting it has a much taller grind, so in terms of cutting ability, they're not all that different, although Native wins slightly there. But, you know, the biggest difference is going to be the size. And when folded, oh my God, is the Native smaller. If you're looking for a small, compact knife to everyday carry, the Native is a much smaller and much more compact knife. That's just the nature of the beast when you go to 3 inches versus 3.6. But, you know, yeah, those are major contrasts. Another major contrast is the locking system. This guy is using the back lock, which is a tried and true locking mechanism. It's incredibly strong. It has the advantage of being completely ambidextrous, which means that if you swap the clip to the other side here, it's four-way clip, just like on the Shaman here. This is just as good for a lefty as it is for the righty, whereas this guy's using the Spyderco compression lock, which is a very strong lock-up mechanism, but it is not quite as lefty-friendly. I'm told that lefties can use it. I am not a lefty, and so I can't really. In fact, I am completely left-hand incapable. But, you know, it works very nice for me as a righty. But if you are a lefty, that may be an advantage for you of the Native or the Mannix in the backlock configuration, or the Mannix just in general with the ball bearing. Either one of those are going to be ambi, whereas the Shaman is not. Something to keep in mind. But the advantage that the Shaman compression lock does have is, or the compression lock on any knife, is that it is a lot easier to one hand. All you need to do is slide this to the side and the blade will fall shut. Mind you, I've polished the washers a little bit on this, so it's running just beautifully. But whereas on this guy, you tend to have to do something like this, where you press the down and then kind of falls down onto your finger there, and then you close it the rest of the way. So it's a lot easier to close this guy, especially when I actually hit the damn lock leaf, than it is a back lock, although certainly over time you do get used to it, and both of them are very solid knives. But, you know, on the whole, at some level, this is an apples and oranges kind of thing. You either want a big freaking beefy knife here, or you want a small freaking beefy knife. And in some ways, though, but these make a very nice little pair. This one is a great knife for everyday carry on a day when you don't know that you're going to necessarily need to cut something, although the Delica is also a great choice for that, a little smaller, a little lighter. Whereas the Shaman is a much bigger, beefier sort of choice, so if you got big, beefy cutting tasks, that's going to make a little bit more sense here. But, you know, they're both incredible pieces, and it really depends on what you're looking for in life here. So if you're torn between these guys, I'm afraid I can't really help you. It's just going to be more of a question of figuring out what your needs are and then taking it from there. Hope this has been interesting to you, and that you have yourselves just an absolutely wonderful rest of the day. And I can't believe I just now picked up on the Shaman leading the Native thing. Because I don't know if that's intentional or not, but it's pretty excellent. Anyways, have a good one, everybody. Bye now.